What happens when if rates go back down? 6. USA-based a realtor and lender insist now is the time to buy because other buyers are waiting in the wings because they are currently priced out. But with the majority of existing mortgages at 4, very few with golden handcuffs wants to sell their house and forfeit their low rate. If the rates drop to 5.5, would that release enough of these potential sellers who are also waiting in the wings that would offset the increase in buyers? Not sure that would help. Let's play out the scenario: rates drop. People shed their golden handcuffs. That's well and good. But now everyone that decided to sell needs a new place to live. And with the lowered rates and they pay more, and likely access the equity in their home, the result would be more buyers. With more money, I think it increases competition and prices. Prices probably edge up again unless inventory increases and/or employment takes a hit. Of course, your realtor and lender are telling you to buy now because they make money from it. I would happily take a 9 rate if prices fell to pre-pandemic norms. This is certainly a regional issue, and not a one-size-fits-all situation. I have a sub-3 rate and would happily move for the right property at 5's interest rates. You can buy now, or buy later at a higher or lower price. The right time to buy a home is: 1. You have the down payment. 2. You have pre-approval for a mortgage. 3. You found a house you like. 4. You want to live there for at least 5 years. That's it. Make an offer. Trying to time the real estate market is something you don't want to do. Realtors, lenders will always insist that now is a good time to buy. The reality is that no one can predict the future. Prices go up. I've had multiple clients this year who needed to upside, so they lost their 2-4 rates for 7 rates. Lower interest rates don't solve the issues of house size, location, school zones, backyard, etc. No doubt there's a ton of people waiting, but will always be people who are waiting. Do what you want. I wouldn't count on it. Shit's gonna be expensive for a while. Be mindful of motivations. Of course, the agent and broker are going to push you to buy. They are down on commission sales now and need every sale they can get, looking out for their best interest, not yours. Bought my house at 5.5 a few months ago after leaving my 3 rate. The market was in just as low supply then as it is now. If I've learned anything in the last 3 years with real estate is that waiting gets you nowhere. There is an inventory shortage in a lot of desirable areas. That has not gone away. So yes, if rates go down, more buyers will be active and prices will go up. No one knows. Anyone who says more than that is trying to sell you something. It is always time to buy if you listen to the realtors and lenders. Rolling on the floor laughing and like broken clocks. They would be right sometimes. Your realtor and lender will always find reasons for you to buy. You should make the decision based on your needs and budget at the time. Your realtor is pushing you to buy cause they want that commission. If rates need to go down, that likely means layoffs and downsizing. So you might not be able to take advantage of it anyway. There's never a perfect time to make a move, other than usually better to do it yesterday rather than tomorrow. If rates go back down that low, I'd imagine home prices spiking. Spoiler alert. Pick any day in the future and your realtor will say the same thing. Now is the time to buy. The realtor is always gonna say it's a great time to buy. If you can afford to buy, then buy a house. If rates go up, then you got a lower rate. If rates lower by 1 point, refinance. The Fed last Friday stated they want to bring back pre-pandemic affordability for housing. Mortgage rates and the Fed funds rate do correlate with each other. But that is not always the case. And if rates start to drop, it means enough people have lost their jobs. Most realtors don't really know a thing or two about economics. Personally, I would listen to Jerome Powell. I'm sitting on a half-dozen future listings that are just waiting for the frenzy to pick back up. I think if rates drop into the fives, there will be a flurry of pent-up demand that gets released. And prices start chasing the demand upwards. In my area, if we see a 5 again, the floodgates will open on buyers. I don't know if that's going to convince people to sell, but it's definitely going to convince more people buy. And if we double to competition again, it will not be good for prices. What happens? Tons of refinance. These rates seem so high because they were not normal for so long. It's more likely that they will stop going up than come back down. Inventory is the real driver, and because so many people bought houses much bigger and or more expensive than they could normally afford while rates were low, they cannot trade up, so many people are choosing not to move. Sounds like it would just be a wash. Yes, you'd have more sellers, those who previously had a 3 mortgage. But you'd then have an equal increase in buyers, as they'd likely look for new homes, whether upgrade or downsize. Nothing will get better without more inventory. If rates drop, more people jump into the market. Higher competition forcing prices to rise. If rates rise, it's more expensive, so it doesn't help you. Inventory not only has to rise, it has to exceed current population growth. Yeah, it would increase buyers, but I honestly don't think they will go that low again for a long time. But what do I know? There will be a huge rush of buyers into the market when rates get back to the 5s. It's a when, for sure. Certainly not within 6 months. But within 4-6 years, you bet. Rates going down is going to do a few things. First, it's going to increase the available pool of buyers. Next, it may increase the available pool of sellers. Third, it's going to create a mini refi boom. Many loan officers are just biding their time. Title companies too. The ones that have gone under relied too much on refis before, so it's going to be an interesting dynamic in the market. At best, the golden handcuffs scenario will increase supply in the lower end of the market, since these are the people most likely to want to trade up when interest rates drop. But those same people will be competing with everyone else for the houses at the top of the market. I wouldn't count on any of these things happening, though, or happening soon. I have purchased a few times at bad times, high market and or high interest rates. Each time I did so with no hope that some hypothetical future would make things better. I didn't bet on the market going up, or on interest rates going down. I just bought what I could afford going forward regardless. And that gave me peace of mind. Realtors and lenders always say it's a good time to buy for one reason or the next. Their income stops when people stop buying. We can play what if till the cows come home. But the reality now is 7 rates and above. I'm building a house now, 'cause I won't live forever to see if rates go back down. Keep in mind, realtors will say anything to get you to buy or sell. Market goes into frenzy all over again. According to Jerome Powell himself, the aim and goal of current Fed policy is to break the back of the housing market. Think about that statement for a moment.